Anybody graduating high school or just graduated or going to graduate this year, we got some tips for university.
Yeah, I think we're
Y-
qualified to give some tips and advice.
What's our combined university years that we've completed?
Add them all together. How
Yeah.
many years is that?
A's
I
what, 6? I'm
yeah.
4. G's
hmm
4. So we're
Five.
at 14 years.
5.
You're 5?
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
Oh, that is actually
So
crazy.
so we're
hmm
at 15
Shit.
years combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. I remember in high school that, well, where we live at,
hmm
grade 11 and grade 12 marks really mattered. Um,
Yes.
I think
For sure.
I'm not sure how it was. Was it did the admissions team always look at full year for grade 11 and then like half a semester for grade 12?
I
Honestly, I don't think they really cared too much about grade 11. I
I
think they
think
just wanted to see that your marks were above a certain threshold.
I think it was like second semester grade 11 and then
Yes,
grade 12.
first
Yeah, and
sem.
then yeah, something like that.
And then if it was like a conditional offer, they would look at your second semester of grade 12.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. Yeah. That was
Okay, got it.
I thought they also looked in like a lot at like your top 6 marks
Yes, they do. They
for
do.
grade 12,
Yeah, but
right?
yeah, that's for grade
For
12, but
Canada,
like
for Canada.
yeah. But
Yeah.
for, when you do like a semester, there's only like 4 courses in like grade 12 in like one semester. So that's why they have to look at like the second one as well.
Yeah. So the
Yes.
first thing that we're gonna say is don't don't fuck up your 11 and 12. Like
Yeah.
those are definitely the years where you gotta grind for sure.
hmm
For sure, yeah.
Um, like I remember we were grinding like crazy. Oh, I don't know about Jay, but
Yeah, I never grind. That's
yeah, I did though. So it really helped with like the boost in like acceptance for many universities. So yeah,
hey, but it worked out for me. You and
it
I, we
did. It
both went to
did.
the same program.
hmm
We
Yeah,
both ended up dropping out of that program, but
because it was yo, that shit was so hard, man.
it was
Yo,
so hard.
yo, it was really hard, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
Dude,
no.
you were gone after the first semester. Wait, not even the first semester, right? You were gone like partway through the first semester.
Yo,
And
I dipped in November.
yeah,
God
I
damn.
dipped like shortly into like February, I think.
Yeah,
Man's left after the midterms.
Yeah.
bro. No, I'm not even joking.
Mhm.
First year is the most brutal year you can have.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Uh, I think in the program I ended up in, I think,
Yours is different. Yours is different.
yeah,
Yeah.
for me, third and fourth year were definitely the hardest.
Yeah. First year, you're definitely getting used to the schedule of university. And I think what really flustered me at first was like classes were beyond like 3 p.m. sometimes. Some classes would be like 2 hours or 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, like a lot, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the arts courses were like, and science courses were like 3 hours. And sitting through that shit with ADHD is crazy. Like
It's
it's
super hard to
absolutely
concentrate.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
such an L. So like in terms of tips, I would recommend choosing like you can definitely do one lecture that's continuously 3 hours. Yeah. I like to space them out. So like choosing classes that have lectures on multiple days. But instead of 3 hours, it'd be like 1 hour or one and a half, but on different days.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I
better.
prefer that better
Mhm.
Yeah,
more than like a straight 3 hour lecture.
yeah, you can't have 3 hour lectures back to back or like multiple 3 hour lectures in a single day. It's just going to be like an anchor on your week, basically. That's going to be like the one day you dread going to
Yeah.
school or going to
And
class, and
you
it's going to kill you.
another thing as well, your program that you choose matters so fucking much. Like
Oh, for sure.
It
that's
really
the
does.
one that one thing that you choose when you're 17, 18 determines so much shit. Like after that,
Uh,
it's gonna be really hard to switch out unless like I mean you can switch out during university years, but like once you get the degree, holy fuck, like you gotta do it that shit again.
yeah, that's what I hate the most is like they put so much pressure on you when you're like 17, 18, thinking like,
17.
yeah, 17, and you have to pick this program and you have to stick with it like no matter what.
Yeah,
And also if they say like, oh yeah, you do like specialized, then you have no choice but to do that, and you can't really like pivot to something else. Like for example,
exactly.
if you go to like if your program is like computer science or something, right? Your first year courses, yeah, they're all like math and stuff. But if you don't choose to do computer, yeah, you can like switch, you can pivot to like something else that will also use math. So that's not a waste. But if you pick something like, specific, then yeah, you're in it for the 4+ years.
Yeah,
Actually, can I add something even more to that? I wouldn't even say it's 17 or 18. I think it's even earlier. I think it's like
it
16.
is.
When
Yeah.
you're in
Oh
grade 10 and
yeah,
you have to
right.
choose when you have to choose your science courses for grade 11
Right,
and you have to
right. I forgot
choose
about
out of
that.
the three between physics, bio and chemistry, you're pretty
Yeah,
much sealing your fate as to which universities or which university
Yes.
programs you can go into.
right. I
Yes.
completely forgot about that. And also
Yo.
like the courses,
I
you
did
have to
not
pick
take
between like,
bio. I
yeah.
did not take bio in grade 11 or 12.
Hmm.
And because of that, I pretty much like sealed off any sort of healthcare or like health science related um, degrees.
Yeah.
You can definitely switch. It's not a problem. Like you can do like diplomas or like a master's, for example. Like you can definitely switch.
For
Um,
sure. Yeah.
but at that point, when you're choosing when the university chooses you, you gotta put a science, right? You have to put a science that's
Yeah.
Oh,
related
yeah.
to the program.
For sure.
No? So
Yeah. You definitely, well, for like, let's say you don't take physics, but you want to do engineering. You will
yeah,
need physics for engineering. So you can't
yeah,
really get into a physics program without taking physics.
yeah. I remember I chose physics in grade 11 because I thought from first impressions it had like a lot of math, and of course it does, but I thought it was mainly calculation stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and I was good at that, but I didn't realize how hard that shit would be, and it wasn't for
Yeah.
me.
It's
Right.
it's rough out there.
Dude, physics, I know this is a side topic, but for me at least, physics was such like a brutal course. Um,
Just
so
thank God you didn't have to take higher level physics in university.
Oh God, don't get me
dude, no, I
started on
did.
that.
I
It's
did.
rough.
You did? Okay.
I did, bro. I did. I got a good mark then. I mean, I guess, but I still didn't like it. And also, next thing I wanted to add, like, if you were to do grad school, you know how, like, for universities, they only care about 11, 12, right? Grad
Correct.
schools as well, I believe they only care about third and fourth year.
Yeah,
Um,
Hmm.
I
yeah,
think so too. Yeah.
I think the
Okay.
first 2 years are definitely just more general. And so if you're specializing in this program, they're probably gonna and because the master's is specializing in that in something, right? They're gonna want to look more at your third and fourth year because in your third and fourth year you did courses that are very specialized. So
hmm Well, I
yeah,
think they also do probably care a little bit about overall GPA. Like, if they see
yep,
that you were like on academic probation first and second year, they're probably not gonna
yeah,
like that, right?
yeah. But in terms of overall lifestyle and the way you conducted university, what would you say are some good hacks that you found or good pieces of advice that you've learned?
Uh, I guess like literally in every class, like just try to talk to like as many people as you
Yeah,
can. I know this applies to like everywhere you go, like whether it be like high school, elementary school, like work, or wherever you are. But like especially in, like universities, it's very important to have like those connections with like the people you're in like school with and lectures with
Yeah.
because like you're learning together. Maybe someone can like help you with like the homework or like the project or something. And then afterwards, like you all know, like I'll be honest, like we're all struggling together. So might as well, have like a friend or like a support system to struggle with.
it's not even just that. The problem with a lot of university students, especially nowadays, because of social media and all that bullshit, right?
Yeah.
They're they're always on their phones and they'll never make a move to come up to you. So you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like most of my friends from university, I approach them.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that for the most part, but like
Yeah.
it's not always that you always have to approach someone, but like
Yeah, for sure.
if you make yourself approachable too, then like people will approach you. But if you're like
Hmm.
if you are one of those people glued to your phone all the time, people
Yeah.
won't approach you.
Can I be honest as well? Your smell really matters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, seriously, like I'm not even joking. Like I would be sitting in lectures and there's some people next to me, like I don't know what they've eaten or made,
Mhm.
but it's so like pungent and it really distracts me in class. And just like if people like people that smell good. Like if you smell like ass, like bro, I'm not hanging out with you. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh God, that got me coughing. Jesus Christ.
No, but and in terms of like concentration, it's bro, you're independent now. You don't got like you don't got like somebody on your ass like in high school.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
So you got to put your big boy diapers on and just, you got to put in some work. Bro, it's going to be even harder than 11, 12. Way harder. And
Oh
as
yeah.
it is 11, 12, like those were the years that mattered, right? And you
Yep.
definitely would have to try. But first and second year, it's going to be 10 times harder than that shit. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
one thing I will say is jumping to university out of high school, it's a very different learning environment because when you're in high school, the teacher pretty much like you have like a class of like what 20 to 30 people or 20 to
yeah,
30 students. So the
yeah.
teacher can like dedicate a lot more of their time to helping you out as an individual.
It's
When you're
very
in
personal.
university, yeah, it's very personal. When you're in university, there's like 300 people in your lecture, especially
Yeah,
in like first year and second year. So
yeah.
like it's a lot more independent learning. So you have to be able to motivate yourself to learn, make a good group of friends so you guys can learn together too. Because otherwise you're not going to learn very effectively if you don't good if you don't have good independent skills and also like good collaborative skills too.
Yeah. Did you guys live in dorms?
No.
For first year, yeah, I did.
Yeah, how was that like?
That was really, really good because we were all like on the same floor and like because it's like you have like your rooms and then you have like your common room. And then like once everybody was like done classes or something, we'd always like get together at like 7 or 8 or something. We'd be in the common room, just all sitting there like talking about like our days and like talking about school or like whatever it is. And then like some guy like that's when like the Switch I think came out or something. So then like one guy he bought a Switch and we would just be playing like Smash the entire time. And it was like so much fun because you're basically just like hanging out with your buddies the entire time.
What
And
did
you'll
it
just like order food and like just do like random like
yeah.
nonsense.
What did it teach you about like being independent? By the way, being independent, but by the way, the way I heard you say Smash was like crazy.
Well, I mean, like when you're in uni in dorms, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. So,
You're gonna smash your best friend.
uh, no,
Okay, but anyways, my
I I
original
I
question
I did
was
not because she was focused
no.
on someone else.
Okay, fantastic. Yo, Jay,
Yeah.
did anyone ask?
Did anyone ask for what?
Oh, you fucking donut. You're so stupid, bro. I was making an insult to this guy like no one asked.
Oh,
Okay.
like that's on the top of my head. So
Okay.
Anyways, my question was like, how did it teach you about being independent in a dorm room? Like without like mommy or daddy cooking for you and doing shit for you. The fuck?
yes, directed at you, bro. We were all we all were commuters. So well, A and I were.
Yeah, so like you don't live on the dorm, then you can't really like, know about like independent. Well, I mean you can if you're commuting, you kind of know that like, you're independent, you have to like, get to the bus on time, you have to like, get off and like don't oversleep on your commute, otherwise you're like gonna be late to wherever you need to go.
Yo, by the way, we
Hmm.
gotta make that pause into a shorts.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Definitely, there's definitely benefits to commuting. Well, you can stay at home. Um, Parents don't gotta dash out extra for, you know, staying in
Bro,
dorms.
honestly, the more I think about it, the more I wish I actually did not go to commuter school. You got your
It
parents
would
on
be
your
fun.
ass the whole time.
It would
like
be
that's
fun.
actually one of my biggest regrets about doing university, like the whole university process. I wish I went to a university that was not located in the city where I live.
Hmm. Okay.
Very good point. Like I feel like I regret that too. I feel
Like,
like
and I
first
even
and
had an opportunity too, because after first year I transferred out and I went from
yeah,
one university in the city to another university in the city.
Okay. Hmm.
yo, it would have been really fun. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. But it is what it is. But yeah, if you're in dorms, please take care of your space, man. Like I can't stress that. I've been to dorms. I haven't dormed, but I've been to dorms. Some of these people like can't take care of themselves. Like they don't know how to freaking cook and shit.
You don't know how
They
to
also
cook
don't know how
or
to
clean.
clean. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exactly. They don't know
cleaning,
how to
bro.
clean.
they
It's
don't
Like,
know how
it
to
is.
bro,
It's like
you're
this
yeah,
generation, like we are like in the start of the generation that doesn't like do stuff like their parents did everything for them, so they
yep.
don't
yeah.
know how to like clean up or like they don't know how to cook. They never like were taught these skills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the thing is as well, I notice now the solution for many parents is to provide a phone.
that
That's the
that does
solution.
that doesn't work.
I know. That's the problem. Because if you're so glued onto the phone, bro, like you're not gonna your time is gonna be spent on that shit rather than learning like useful skills that you need to know like
Yeah.
in your 20s and beyond.
Hmm.
And in your fucking
Mhm.
teens, actually. It should be teens. Yeah.
But like
But
once you turn 12, you should already start like taking on like your parents should like stop like
yes.
coddling you.
Yeah, bro. That's our opinion, but I think that's just from our generation, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think we were just starting to get the smartphone and stuff like growing up anyways. So
Yeah, I
we
think
weren't, yeah,
yeah, I got my first I think I got my first iPhone like when I was like 12 or 13 around then, just before high
yeah.
school.
My first phone was at like 15 to 16.
Bruh.
So yeah,
Mine was when I started uni when I was 18.
Jesus. But anyways, in terms of like study tips, what do you guys think you would say? Um, I can't believe I'm directing this at Jay as well, by the way.
Yeah, but this question should not come to me because I have like some of the worst study habits.
So, G,
I have a
what about
oh
you?
Um, yeah, so as I said like earlier, when you're in lectures and then you like talk to like people and you meet people and you sit with people and you just like become friends with them. And then those are the people who you have like study sessions with, whether it be like on the dorms or like after lectures, you go to like the library, you just sit there and you just talk about like what you learn, what's your understanding from like the lectures, what you don't understand, and see if like maybe like person A, they understand concept one, and then person B understands concept two, and then you yourself understand concept three, and then you can just share it together. So one
Mm,
good thing you can do is like, I don't know if you guys did it, but like you just make like a Google Doc and everybody just shares their notes together, and then like before like a midterm or an exam, you basically have like all the notes like ready for it.
yeah, done
I
that
feel like
many
that would
times.
be really, really good. And also it promotes like networking to like talking to people because like after like college or university or whatever you do, right? Like when you're in the workforce, you have to learn how to network. That's very, very important. So
Yep,
in order to start that, might as well just do it while you're in school when everybody's like
yep.
collectively the same.
I was, I'm gonna add something else as well. Whenever you're studying, I see a lot of students just copying the lecture notes. That's not how you learn.
for sure. That's
That's
definitely not
that's
how you learn.
that's not how you learn. Like the way you learn is by putting it into your own words, like in your terms, right? Obviously, if there's specific scientific or conceptual terms that are fixed, use that. But can you explain it in a way that you can visualize and understand it? Like a lot of students, when I ask them like, how are you
Mhm.
studying for this test? They're like, oh, I'm just writing the notes down. Bro, you're not learning. Put it
Yeah,
into your
yeah.
own words. Or what I like doing, the way I learn the best is by teaching it to other people.
Okay.
And so that registers in my brain really well. Also, don't type your notes
Yeah.
because typing is definitely faster, more efficient. However, because it's so efficient and fast and quick, your brain's not going to think of it as important. There's like a study on this. And so when you handwrite your notes, I mean, for certain programs, you would need your computer, like comp sci, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
like for others, handwrite your notes because it'll register more in your brain because it takes effort and time to write shit down, right? So your brain will think it's important and then you'll know it better. So yeah.
Yeah. Can I add something too? So I'll just share with I guess
Hmm.
everyone how I learned because despite the fact that I have pretty bad study habits, I still managed to get like good grades throughout all of university. And the way I did that was I pay attention to lectures very, very well. Like I give my 100% attention to the prof. Um, and not only that, but I listen to what he's saying. I don't take notes. I don't like go on my phone.
Dude,
I listen
by
to what
the
he says and
sorry
I
to sorry to interrupt. The one the one where you said I don't take notes.
yeah,
That's
don't take notes.
extremely important.
Well,
Bro,
here's the thing I will say
yeah,
this. If the professor or the course has like notes already, there is no
yeah,
need for you to take notes on top of those notes. Because if you pay attention to the lecture, you read the slides as the
yeah,
professor's talking, and then what you do is instead of going back and writing notes or writing notes in the lecture, when you're, let's say you're going to a commuter school, when you're commuting home, you think back about the lectures you had that day. You have like an
yeah,
hour on the train or whatever it is. You have an hour. You think, okay, what did I learn today? What did the professor talk about? That's how
yeah.
you study. Like you just
No,
go back and you process everything in your brain and you use
yeah,
your brain to think about what you learned. So
yeah.
that way, when you actually go study, you only need a couple hours to remember everything.
To add on as well, most first and second year courses are recorded,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So there's no excuse to like be taking, you can definitely take the notes after class, right? Because not only is that like making sure you pay attention in class, but you're revising at the same time. Usually when you take notes in class, like I don't know, I just feel like I'm not paying attention to the teacher, the prof. I'm more focused on the they're using. I'm not registering what he's trying to say about that, about the concept or whatever, right? But then after class, I would handwrite the notes when watching the recording. And that not only increases my retention, but it also allows me to remember, like, oh, yeah, this is what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It's much
I
better
think
than
it
taking notes in class. Yeah.
I think it also comes down to the program too. Like some
Yeah.
programs you need to remember it's a much more you need to learn a lot of like details, very like fine details. And I guess for those programs, my sort of learning study habits, they would not work at all, especially if you have to memorize a
Hmm.
bunch of different points and whatnot. But for courses that require a little bit more like abstract thinking,
Yeah.
require a lot of like a ton of application to them. Like if you think about like engineering
Yep.
or you think about like any sort of computer science
Yes.
or mathematics sort of type field of study, like that type of learning style is very, very useful, in my opinion, for
Yes.
those programs.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why those courses are like the core courses and like the base ones that like everybody does in like first year. Well, not everybody, but like majority. Because like
Mhm.
I would see like even like business people, they'd have to take like math as well.
Yep.
Like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Fair. And in terms of tips on, I guess, dating
Hmm. Oh, this is
Oh,
interesting.
in university.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
yeah, you start off. You start off.
okay. Uh Goes back to what I said earlier. When you're in class, you talk to like people, you get to know them and like you become friends with them, you study with them, you find out like they're on like the same commute as you talk to them, and then you start to maybe potentially develop a relationship with them. But then like afterwards you're thinking like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work out. And then you like don't talk to them anymore. But that sucks the most is because you literally see them in
Yep.
lectures every single
Yeah.
time, and they will look at you like differently, and you'll look at them differently. And then,
Dude,
especially if you have like a smaller class, the other
yeah.
students will look at both of you differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be very close knit. Also, I was gonna say,
hmm
bro, I feel for guys especially,
hmm
they have to shoot their shot. They have to do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, they really do.
Oh yeah,
Because
especially if
people,
you're in like a male-dominated
yeah,
program.
yeah. You have to shoot your shot as fast as possible. Not only
hmm
that, but same thing with like friendships and stuff. Like once people start forming friendships, it's hard to get in,
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh
100%,
yeah, for
So
sure.
100%.
with like relationships as well, bro, if this girl is talking to the entire football team, it's an L for you. Like you got to do it as quickly
Yeah.
as possible. Yeah, and make your presence known. That kind of goes in with making a good impression first move. So yeah, I didn't really.
Here's what I'll add as well too about like
Okay.
Yeah.
dating in university. Like, yeah, go ahead, like date, but don't make it a distraction for
Yes.
your school as well too, because like that's also super important. Like, you'll
Oh
have plenty of times
yeah.
for a relationship after you're done university. But
hmm
like, if you screw up university once, you're not gonna like really get another go around at it.
You're gonna spend more money if you want to do it again. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Dude,
you'll be in debt.
Well,
what
even if you can do it again,
mhm.
right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like what you said where you can focus on like you have a relationship but like focus on the school. Oh my God. I know this like one guy and he I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'll just like make it up as we go along. But yeah, there's like this one guy who started dating like this girl like on the same floor as us, and he would just like he was a good student or is a good student. I don't know now, but like he was a good student and stuff. But then he started like putting like so much effort into like his relationship. And then like the girl's like ex was also living on like the same floor as like we were. And then he would start getting into like beefs with like the girlfriend's ex to the point where like at the very end they broke up because of that like situation. And then you know how like in dorms, right? Like whatever like state you kept it in, you have to keep it like that. Otherwise, like at the end when they do like dorm checks, you're gonna get like fined for something if it's like not clean or like something's broken. So this guy, he after like when he broke up with his girlfriend, he broke a piece of the wall in his room. And
that's
at
some
like
anger management
yeah,
issues right
and at
there.
the end of the dorm checks, he had to like pay like so much money for like cost of like repairs to like the
Y-
drywall and stuff.
Yo, so moral of the story is, yo, you can't date a crazy bitch or guy.
Yep.
Like that's
Yeah.
basically the moral. Like, dude, and the thing is, like, there's like in first and second year, they're still children, to be honest, right?
Yep.
Like their mentalities are still very high schooly. So I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't know if this is bad advice, but commitment may not be the best option.
Well, here's the
Mm,
other thing too. Like you say first and second year, like it
yeah,
does definitely vary though, because
I
like some people
guess.
are mature beyond their years in first
Yeah, yeah,
year,
for
and
sure.
some people in like fourth year and third year are like incredibly immature.
The okay, I get that, but
It's a
life,
general rule, but it's a general
yeah.
rule, but it's not like the be all end all, you know?
But at the end of the day, life experience matters, right? And that
hmm
comes with time and years
Yeah.
Yep.
But
and brain development.
not everyone's life experience is going to be the same. Like,
For sure, I get that. I get that.
yeah.
But I'm saying that the brain still develops until 25 to 26.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah. So it just like be careful who you're talking to. Like usually people put on a front, especially when it comes to dating and stuff, at first on the first couple dates and whatever. And then, once you start getting used to them,
Yep.
you'll see how they really are, especially in university. Like what Jay said, it can fuck other shit up, like your
Yeah.
studies, right? So, yeah. I mean, if it works out, it works out. So, I
Should we
guess
talk
that's
a
all
bit
you could.
about
Yeah.
Should we talk a bit about like extracurriculars at all?
We
Yeah.
can save that for a separate one.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Why
Okay.
not?
All right.
Okay.
What about working too? Like working while you're in university. You
That
guys
can
think
also
that's a
be a
good
separate one
idea?
as well.
That's with everyone.
That's a
Okay.
separate one because that one we can like dive like really deep into it because I've already done that. I did like school and like working at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to call it?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's
we'll
fine.
just end it off just saying like, you know what, just honestly at the very end, just like do your best at this point. Just like do your
Yeah.
best and
Okay.
don't get like discouraged like
Okay,
about
I'll
like
say that.
where
Here's
your
the other
position
thing.
is. Yeah.
Marks matter to
Mhm.
an extent. Like they matter in the sense that you need to like stay afloat. But what I think matters more than getting a 3.5 or a 4 is making like good friendships while you're in university. Like friendships that you can like keep with you while after you've completed university as well too,
Yeah.
right?
Because it's only gonna get harder growing older, making
For
Oh
friends.
yeah.
sure. For sure.
So yeah. For high school and university are where you'll meet, I would say the core friends like us, right? I
Yeah, for
Yeah,
don't
sure.
think,
yeah,
can I be real? Like, I don't
please.
think, like, if we met, like, now, let's say we knew each other for, like, a couple months, I don't think I'd be this close. So,
Yeah, no. Well, I don't think for me, like, I don't think I'm as close to anyone like except for like our friend group. Like our
Yeah,
friend group
yeah.
is to me, I'm closer to you guys than like any
yeah,
of my other friend groups.
for
So
sure.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, we see each other, like, barely, like,
yeah, exactly.
literally. Yeah. And every time we meet, it's always comfortable. I haven't
Yeah.
seen G in, like, a year.
Same. I
Yeah.
haven't seen this guy
Yeah.
in a year.
Literally a whole year.
Like, yo, we should actually get together and do something.
I guess take it
Bye.
easy then.